And in the other video, he was showing off for the rest of the slaves on the plantation when they was at homecoming 2022. He had to go out and buy the biggest bagel you can rent, not buy, rent, on the citizens of Chester. You didn't have to go out and rent a fucking bagel just to show off for the other slaves. Let's go. See? Thanks city. Thanks, residents. I really appreciate this. Really appreciate this shit, guys. On y'all back. And when I told y'all I can come up with facts. You ain't have to rent no motherfucking bagel to do a 2022 homecoming. Where you get the money to get this big ass bagel at? How selfish this dude is, y'all. And I keep explaining to y'all, look. Marvin, that's his name, Marvin, Thaddeus Kirkland, in the class of 73. This guy is arrogant, y'all. Look. See? You got the biggest bagel you can rent. And then put his name first in the class of 73. When he was a student himself. Look at this. See this? Who paid for this? Marvin. Hey, Marvin. I'm sorry, it's not Marvin, y'all. This is Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland. Let me clear that up. It's not Marvin. It's Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland on the banner. Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland in the class of 73. Wow. See, showing off for the rest of the slaves. He came with the biggest bagel you can rent for a couple hours on the residents of Chester. See that, y'all? Look. I mean, and when I say showing off for the rest of the slaves on the plantation, let's watch this video, ladies and gentlemen. This man went out and got the biggest RV you can rent for a couple hours off the residents of Chester back for homecoming 2022. Where the money at, you guys? Here it go right here in y'all face. Let's go. Let's check out the other slaves on the plantation and see what they got to offer. Partying and bullshit. Partying and bullshit. They love it. Look. Free food, partying and bullshit. Niggas gonna be there. Niggas most definitely gonna be in the house. And I just wanted to do this video to show to y'all how this Thaddeus Kirkland character was showing off for the rest of the slaves on the plantation. At 2022 homecoming. Remember that? Where you get the money to pay for that RV at? Motherfuckers. Look, people love partying and bullshit. They out. And they say, hey, partying and bullshit and free food, we gonna be there.
Real threat that the city could run out of money. Mayor Thaddeus Kirkland held a news conference in Chester City Hall today, pushing back against the state-appointed receiver assigned to work with the city back in 2020.
How could anyone be expected to continue to work with a team that even mentions the possibility of dismantling?
Because you trying bully tactics, my man. That's why nobody don't want to work with you, my man. It's either your way or no way. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
And dividing the city through disincorporation.
Last week, the state's team gave a sobering update, saying a solution needs to be reached by the end of the year to avoid the worst-case scenario, disincorporation.
The city of Chester would cease to exist as a city. It would not have any municipal elected officials, and instead it would be an unincorporated service district.
Today, the mayor called that suggestion a fear tactic, saying the state's team has not been responsive to other ideas.
The receiver is not appointed to dictate. Take control, total control, will force the city to do things that are against.
See, you don't like what happens. The shit you do comes back on you. You don't like it. But you can go out here and dictate other people's shit. See? See that, y'all? Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention, y'all.
Its best interest.
In the midst of the financial woes, a waterfront development project is moving forward with the groundbreaking of a $55 million sports complex next to
$55 million sports complex being built in Chester. And Chester don't got no money. Of course Chester don't got no money because them niggas stole it. So the white man gonna come in and build and take over. That's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. White man said, you know what? We gonna buy that land up and we gonna build on it. Them niggas stupid. Them niggas take crumbs off the plate. Let's go.
Subaru Park. Chester city officials say this project is largely funded by sponsors and other entities and should not be affected by the current financial difficulties. The mayor says he has inherited financial woes created by previous administrations, and he plans to meet
previous administrations. You've been in there for 8 years. You're playing a blame game just like your boy Joe Biden, because y'all both Dixiecrats. Pile of tricks. Pile of tricks, ladies and gentlemen. Playing a blame game, but he been in there for 8 years. Come on, man. Fuck out of here with that foolishness. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Here. Here, nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
To meet with state lawmakers and the governor to ask for assistance from the state's surplus.
This mayor and members of council will be visiting Harrisburg to find out how we get our share of that.
You already got your share, nigga. You put it in your fucking bank account or a fucking account that you made up that don't exist in an LLC. What you mean your fair share of the money? Bitch, you already got it.
$8 billion that sits in Harrisburg.
So when I say these niggas part of the go along, get along gang, listen to this nigga once again. You under the microscope. My man, you under the microscope. He was part of the go along, get along gang. Had all y'all run out in the line and get that jab, and he started talking this old rhetoric. Let's listen.
Well, Chester's mayor is expressing concern and also disappointment over the vaccination rate in his city.
We would have hoped to be at least 50% by this time. Instead, the information that we have compiled and received, we're now at 27%. That is woefully low, and it's dangerous.
It's dangerous that you stole all that money in your administration and lined your pockets up. Part of being part of the go along, get along gang. When whoever came out with this bullshit jab shit had niggas scared to death and had niggas in lines around the corner for a fucking jab that they don't even know what was going in their system. And you were supposed to be a so-called leader to save your people. You sold your people out. You sold your people out. Y'all don't even talk about these motherfucking jabs no more. Y'all trying to promote them now. Y'all had people in lines 2-3 times. You was part of the go along, get along gang, nigga. And this is what I'm talking about when I say these niggas is part of the go along, get along gang.
Chester has a population of about 35,000 people. About 9,600 have been fully vaccinated.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all, tell a friend to stay tuned in. I mean, remember this, Thad? Huh? Remember this? Some more of your bully tactics? Let's go.
And so my question is, in your evaluation, obviously you've done one, how do the rates of Chester Water Authority and the quality, both nationally, of Chester Water Authority stand up against anyone that you could possibly be looking for as a suitor for this authority?
I will not answer you Yeah, nigga.
Well, hold on, excuse me. Let me go back to the mic. Let me go back to the microphone and ask the question very quietly. So the question is, as you looked at those rates, are those rates lower?
No, your time is up. Your time is up with your administration. We're down through the years, and you never opened your mouth. You sat there and you allowed them to do what they wanted to do in this community, and you never opened your
motherfucking
mouth.
Excuse me, sir, but I did open my mouth.
No, you didn't. It didn't say a word.
So let me ask you a question.
It didn't say a word. Your time is up. Your 3 minutes are up.
You started
Your
this.
3 minutes are up.
You started this.
Anyone else? Anyone else? The time is up, Joe. That's the way I like it, sir.
No, you talk to me. You talk to me, sir.
What you want to take it outside? Nigga, we can do this shit right here. All right, say less to me. Oh, that's my man. What's up? Get the fuck off my nipple. Fuck my purpose, nigga. Who else wants some? Beat him down, beat you down. Who else wants some of Tebow? Fuck my purpose, nigga. Who else wants some? Beat him down, beat you down. Who else wants some of Tebow? Who else?
I got some throwbacks in my archives, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to this let's go down this memory lane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Councilman Linder, it is estimated that 25% of Chester's population is living below the poverty level. Some attribute that high number to a lack of jobs. The city's unemployment rate is estimated at 20%. That is more than double the state's overall unemployment rate, which is just above 8%. With that in mind, you have said and been quoted as saying that you would like to see 200 new jobs if you are elected as mayor in your first 4 years in office. How do you plan to bring those 200 new jobs here to the city of Chester?
First of all, in most urban districts, especially now, you have a high rate of unemployment, which is double either the state average or the national average. And in addition to that, where you have low job rates, you usually have higher training rates and higher college rates to go up. So that means to me that we need some training in this city to prepare our people for jobs. We are living back in the 20th century, and we have 21st century requirements. So jobs will be brought here, but we need to prepare people for the jobs. We brought other things here, and our people have been laid off or fired because they weren't prepared to take those jobs. So I want to prepare the soil, then we plant the seed.
No disrespect, but when y'all say bring jobs, and I see y'all bringing jobs in the soccer stadium and shit like that. So would you train the residents to be fucking flaggers? That's what you telling me? Fuck out of here.
And we get the jobs here. We've talked to people, and people will come here. Also, we're going to have to look at bringing people here on an international level as well as a local level. We need to train people for business. We need to prepare them for entrepreneurship, and that's when we'll get the jobs and we'll get people working like we're supposed to.
Mayor, same question.
Okay. Well, I think I've already embarked along the line of how to get jobs here in Chester. It all started with the harness racing track at Harris. Then Harris came along. There's almost 200 residents working there. The PPL Park, there's 55 out of every 100.
No disrespect, but as what? Door greeters? So you build these mega jobs for the residents to make minimum wage as door greeters and parkers? Let's go.
100 people working at PPL Park is an actual city resident. of hired police officers, certainly city employees. The list goes on as far as job creation goes. And that's what this has all been about, bringing in economic development so that there are jobs available. And also creating the workforce coordinator position in Robert Reese to prepare our residents for jobs so that they become more employable. And we never had that position in the city before until I came on board. And I thought it was a must that we have that position to work with our residents, so that they can learn how to dress, learn how to do applications online, learn how to interview. And this is all part of the overall job creation, getting Chester residents for jobs here in the city of Chester.
Mayor, we have to realize that 55 out of every 100 people that work at the stadium 2 days a week is not sustainable to help this city economically or socially or spiritually. We've got to get sustainable.
That's a fact. 2 days a week. Remember, the soccer is seasonal. So what are they doing when there's no soccer games going on? Know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's a fact. Let's go.
Jobs in here, and while they do have job preparation, we need to really help them with some training, with some skills.
Facts.
Taking an interview is different than training from skills, and we need to start training our people how to go to be able to develop some skill sets that are marketable.
Mayor Butler, you mentioned a moment ago Harris Casino, and you, under your administration, have been credited with ushering in major new economic revitalization here, including Harris and PPL Park and the Wharf, just to name a few. Yet the city still remains under Act 47, essentially a label for distressed cities. You have indicated you would like to remove that label during the next phase of your administration. Where do you start? How do you start to shake that label?
Well, I think we've already started because of our fiduciary responsibility. We've been running a balanced budget ever since I came on board in '02. And because of that economic development of Harris and PPL Park and the Wharf of Rivertown, yes, they are here under a KOZ initiative, but come January 1, 2013, they had to pay their assessed value. And that's going to have a huge impact in our general revenue fund, which we're working every year to get from under the Act 47. And we've also reduced the earned.
So they've been at Act 47 for a long ass time, y'all. Know what I'm saying? So from when Thad come up talking about the last administration, shit, we going back down there, what, 30 years now? If we going to play the blame game? Because this man here, Wendell Butler, saying, I mean, they was in Act 47 then. The fuck's going on around here? That's 20-something years y'all been in Act 47.
Earned income tax. We also have reduced other taxes that have allowed us to put ourselves in a position to get from under Act 47.
Councilman Linder.
Yeah, I agree with the mayor that we will be coming out from Act 47, but we have a balanced budget because Act 47 required us to have a balanced budget. We had to lower taxes because Act 47 required us to lower taxes. But even if we lower taxes and the quality of life don't change, it still doesn't help us. And we have to get Harris and all the other entities that came, and incidentally, Harris came through the state and wasn't just an idea of Mayor Butler. The state came here and Mayor Butler was part of that, but those ideas for Harris to be here came from the state. So I'm just saying that, yeah, Act 47 is real. It's kept us in line.
Mayor, rebuttal.
Thank you.
Any rebuttal?
Well, I think, again, what we put in place under this economic development over the past 6 or 7 years puts us in a position to be able to work our way out of Act 47. It puts us so that, we didn't have to increase the property taxes for 16 years. and any increase in property taxes certainly hurt our senior citizens. And again, we put more money in the working people's pocket by reducing the earned income tax. I think we're steadily positioning ourselves to have a stable government and to move Chester forward in the manner it should be done.
Economic revitalization. This next question is for Councilman Linder. In 2008, in an interview posted online for everyone to see, while you were running for state senate against Dominic Pileggi, you were quoted in the interview as saying, in regard to the revitalization going on in the city, quote, "Right now what you have is a stage set for gentrification, not revitalization." Were you in any way suggesting that the revitalization that has taken place under the Butler administration has benefited the developers or so-called corporate fat cats more than it has the people of Chester? Can you explain that?
Yeah, all we have to do is look around. That explains it. We have people who have come in here and they have worked and taken out boatloads of money, and we don't see any of our people working. We have looked at that soccer stadium being built, and I know people have said that there's some jobs available, but when you look at the money that those projects brought to the city and the money that the jobs came through the city without having any kind of serious economic development, I got a real problem with that. Harris has made a lot of money. Who would think that you make $200 million sitting around in Chester under the conditions that we live under? But we have to, when I say regentrification, we have to make sure that what's being built on the river side of 291 helps to benefit the people on this side of 291. And we can't let people continue to come in here and take money out of here, and we have one of the poorest educational systems in the state or even in the country. That's what I meant about regentrification.
Well, I like the jobs that we're giving as of the economic development. The front end of that is all the construction jobs, which were livable wages. On the back side of that, you know, we got employment for Chester residents at entry level and also at managerial level. We did have Clark Resources come into Chester to oversee this large development to make sure that we had a greater percentage than we've had in the past of reaping the benefits of wages and employment as a result of, you know, this economic development that has taken place. And we've even extended out to procurement into our businesses that were already in place because we wanted them to take a part of this newfound economic development as well. We've gotten people from, you know, the DAP, Diversity Apprentice Program, involved in this, entrepreneurships, you know, journeymen, all Chester residents that were able to lift themselves up by being involved in the economic development.
So I'm happy that they got to work for a couple of weeks or a couple of months out of that, but we need sustainable jobs that go across the years. Clark Resources did come in here. My understanding is when he first came here, he came here from Harrisburg. He was following the dollars that was being allocated from Harrisburg. Then he was hired as a consultant. And I heard him over at Chester High said, billions of dollars are going to come through Chester, and I'm going to get a part of it. As a consultant, I had a problem with that because he was supposed to be the watchdog for make sure that people got their money.